He was just 16 when they arrived. What happened next changed him forever. June 10th, 1944. 6 o'clock Cap. Métro. A train screeches to a halt in the middle of nowhere. The doors burst open. Thousands of people spill out onto the tracks, blinking, coughing, confused. The air is thick with smoke. Not ordinary smoke, but something heavier. Bitter. Ash-filled. Shouting erupts immediately. Armed guards scream orders in a language many don't understand. People are told to drop their bags by the tracks. Everything they managed to bring from their former lives reduced to a pile of suitcases and memories. Among them stands Lukács. He is 16 years old. Beside him is his father, Sándor. They are all that remains of their family. Just days earlier, Lukács lived a normal life. He went to school. His father owned a pharmacy. They lived in a spacious apartment in Budapest. They had neighbors, routines, plans. That life ended the moment they were forced onto this train. Two lines begin to form. Men and teenage boys are pushed to one side. Women, children, and the elderly are forced into another. At the front stands an SS doctor, calmly observing. With a simple motion of his hand, he decides who lives and who dies. Left means forced labor. Right means death. Lukács doesn't know this yet. He only knows that people he recognizes, friends, neighbors, familiar faces, are being sent away. Thomas, who used to race him home from school. Mrs. Kovacs, who baked bread for the building. They disappear to the right. When Lukács and his father reach the front, the doctor barely looks at them. A flick of the wrist. Left. They are shoved aside. More than 80% of the people who arrived that day would be dead within hours. What Lukács doesn't realize is that he has just entered Auschwitz-Birkenau, a killing machine spanning over 140 hectares, engineered for imprisonment, exploitation, and mass murder. They are marched deeper into the camp. Inside a building prisoners call the sauna, Lukács is ordered to strip naked. His clothes vanish. His hair is shaved from his head and body. A needle pierces his skin. A number is tattooed onto his arm. In minutes, his name is gone. Hundreds of men are forced under freezing showers. When it's over, Lukács barely recognizes himself. Everything that made him human has been erased. As they are marched onward, he passes massive warehouses known as Canada. Inside are mountains of belongings, clothes, shoes, toys, jewelry. Entire lives sorted and cataloged to be shipped back to Germany. Every object belonged to someone who believed they were coming to work. The barracks are worse than anything Lukács imagined. Wooden bunks stacked 3 levels high, each plank barely wide enough for a body. The air is suffocating, sweat, rot, sickness. The floor is damp with filth. A single weak light flickers overhead. Lukács and his father squeeze onto a top bunk. That night, Lukács barely sleeps. At dawn, rain begins to fall. Prisoners stand motionless during roll call as water seeps into their bones. A man ahead of Lukács collapses into the mud. No one moves. An SS guard marks something in a notebook. Another prisoner wearing an armband drags the body away, leaving a dark streak behind. This is the first time Lukács sees death. And he understands something crucial. Survival here means endurance, invisibility, and silence. Lukács is assigned to Auschwitz-Monowitz, a massive industrial complex supplying Germany's war machine with synthetic rubber and fuel. As he walks, music drifts through the camp. An orchestra. Women prisoners play instruments as thousands march past them. The sound is haunting, beautiful and horrifying at the same time. A young girl playing a flute looks up and smiles at Lukács. He smiles back. It's the last normal human exchange he will remember for a long time. At Monowitz, the work is relentless. 6 hours of hauling heavy sacks from railcars. Any mistake is punished. Any pause is noticed. 2 prisoners collapse and are left where they fall. At noon, Lukács receives soup, thin water with rotten vegetable scraps. While eating, he overhears whispers about experiments near the camp hospital. They speak of Joseph Mengele, twins, infections, dissections. If one twin dies, the other is killed, so their bodies can be compared. Science, twisted beyond recognition. Back at work, Lukács stumbles. A sack hits the ground. A guard is on him instantly. Blows rain down. Lukács doesn't scream. Screaming only brings more pain. He curls inward, gasping. As he lies in the dirt, one thought consumes him. Where is my father? That evening, Lukács returns to the barracks and finds him. Sándor is bleeding, barely conscious. His work group had been beaten after an escape attempt. Someone was shot. Everyone else paid the price. Lukács runs to get food. He returns with 2 pieces of stale bread and a small sausage. Later, he notices prisoners crouched in the corner, playing chess with pieces carved from wood, the board scratched into dirt. For a few minutes, they are not prisoners. They are thinkers. Those moments keep Lukács alive. By August 1944, the war is collapsing. Soviet forces advance from the east. But inside Auschwitz, nothing improves. One morning, Lukács' father collapses in the mud. An SS guard orders him to stand. He tries. The guard signals. 2 others escort Sándor away. Not to the hospital. To crematorium due. Inside, Zyklon B pellets fall through mesh columns. Cyanide gas fills the chamber. Bodies are burned immediately after. That day, between 3,000 and 5,000 people are murdered. One of them is Lukács' sister's father. In January 1945, the Soviets reach Auschwitz. But Lukács is already gone, forced on a death march in the freezing winter. Exhausted, starving, he collapses into the snow. A guard shouts. Lukács cannot stand. The rifle fires. Auschwitz operated from 1940 to 1945. Over 1 million people were deported there. More than 900,000 were murdered. Lukács and his father are fictional, but their story represents millions who never had the chance to tell theirs. If this story stayed with you, subscribe to BehindOfEnigmas. We publish 1 video every day, uncovering the darkest chapters of history, so they are never forgotten. And if you're ready for another disturbing truth, go watch the most dangerous website in history, live now on the channel.